Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/JustNoMil. In today's episode, she wants the baby to call her mom. Update, my MIL has 1 TW. Update on my situation. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. She wants the baby to call her mom. My mother-in-law, 57F, told me she wants my 25F unborn child to call her mom. Her reasoning: I am more important to my son than you. There's only one thing you can give him that I can't. She also insists that she can have a baby too if she wanted. I'm not special for being pregnant. This makes no sense to me, but she's batshit crazy to me at this point. She genuinely believes that I stole her son from her and don't deserve to have my own child refer to me as mom. Please help, I'm going crazy. You need your so to put her in her place and limit contact between you both. I hope he sees how insane his mother is and is protecting you from her. You need to get away from her. I personally would film this stuff or get it in a text message and then get a restraining order. She's unhinged. Seriously, get away from this woman. She actually said that to you? That is repulsive. I would separate myself from her immediately and planned to never let her around my child. The things I would imagine her doing if she honestly believes this. Run as fast and far as you can. Get the hell out of Dodge as fast and as far away from her as you can, and make sure that there's no such thing as grandparents' rights near you. Being a grandparent is a privilege and not a given right, and if she's going to be disrespectful towards you as your child's mother, then she's only got herself to blame for no relationship with your child. Oh hell no. You need to go no contact with her ASAP. Block her on everything and tell your husband she will not have any contact with you or your child. And if he's so afraid of mommy and can't get off her tit, then he deal with her. Also, counseling. Your husband is supposed to have your back. And if mommy wants a baby, tell her to go have one. This is some sick ish. Your husband needs to put a stop to this yesterday. No contact. This is disturbing. Update, my MIL has 1 TW. I posted previously about my MIL competing with me now that I'm pregnant and suggesting she could have a baby herself. She said the only thing I can offer my husband that she can't is children. We've been married for almost 4 years now. I would have responded to your comments and advice, but my life fell apart. Trigger warning ahead. She has officially won. I was at 14 weeks and had a very bad fall where I landed on my belly. She put her stuff all over our living room floor to store it here for some reason, and I tripped on the mess. I began miscarrying 20 minutes later. She was here when it happened and knew it was happening. I was texting, calling, crying, yelling from the bathroom to get his attention. He came in, saw that I had blood overflowing from my shorts, and said he urgently needed to help his mom. He left. I went through the brunt of miscarriage myself. I held the remains in my hands. I begged him over text to come to the bathroom and help me. To hold me. To go through this with me. He finally came, and a half hour later and saw the blood everywhere. I'm anemic and couldn't stand anymore. He made a comment about how it was going to be a lot to clean up. So I tossed off my clothes, climbed into the shower, and bled there. I asked him to buy me large pads and said I'd clean the mess. He came back half an hour later with the pads and kept explaining that his mom needed him. They knew I was miscarrying, but she needed help moving things and it was urgent. She was outside when I cleaned up the bathroom and went to the kitchen for food. I was weak and struggling. She didn't make eye contact with me or talk to me at all. Probably because she knew she had one. She took my husband away from me during the most traumatic point of my life. And he went willingly. I feel so lost. He spent the night at his mom's house and left me alone. He isn't back yet. I'd been alone with his kids from a different relationship, who he only gets to see one 3-day weekend a month. He hasn't texted me and I haven't reached out either. I don't know why I wasn't important to him, why the miscarriage wasn't urgent, why he didn't want to hold me. Why he won't come home. I'm so lost and alone and my heart is broken. She's probably celebrating while I'm mourning. Call the kid's mother to come get them. Pack your bags and leave. Never go back. Only contact should be divorce. This man is not your husband, you're an affair partner, he's married to his mother. Run and never look back. OP, you need medical attention. Go to urgent care. Call an ambulance and go to the ER. Emergency services will take care of the kids until their mother or your useless STBX gets back to watch them. At 14 weeks you really need to be checked over medically. I also agree with ring the kid's mother and leave. After that much bleeding you need to be taken care of. Text him to collect his kids. If no one else is to care for you right now, you have to care for yourself. You are anemic. That much blood loss could be dangerous. You need to get looked at by a medical professional. If husband doesn't respond, contact the kid's mother. Just tell her it's a medical emergency and she has to collect them. When you get back from the hospital, you can get started on packing up your stuff and getting out of there. Text the mother to come get the kids. It's very obvious that this man doesn't give a shit about human lives and shouldn't be allowed to watch over children. Make sure the mother of those children know what happened so that hopefully no one gets hurt when he should have been there instead of crawling back inside his mother. OP, you need a doctor. You need to be checked over to make sure everything is okay. Call the kids' moms and get them picked up. Grab your mask and go to the hospital. Then call someone to help you pack your stuff and get out of there. This man let you, an anemic, bleed out on the bathroom floor while he moved boxes? He saw you sitting on the floor of the shower while his child was dying and he left. Because his mother told him to. This is not a man to spend the rest of your life with. I know it feels as though your MIL is winning, but this isn't about winning or losing. This is about the fact that you could have died and neither of them cared. For your own safety, you need to leave. Please stay safe. Just an idea, would the ex be someone to reach out to? She obviously has cut her losses and may have a shoulder for you to cry on. As you said, Mael has won. So stop playing the game. Don't give a flying fig about anyone else's feelings and make choices for yourself. Especially selfish ones. Most importantly, I am so sorry. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to keep people who don't have your best interests in mind as far away from you as possible. It's okay to want to be happy. Deep breaths. You can do this. Reach out to her, at least to let her know what's going on. She may have trusted your husband with her kids just because you were there. He abandoned you in a crisis and she needs to know the seriousness of this. He is using you to babysit. You're in a one-sided relationship. Please leave him to be forever happy with his mom/wife. Call a doctor immediately. Get checked and make sure you are physically okay. Pack your bags and go to a good friend or family member's home. Do not look back. Find a divorce attorney. File immediately. Let him talk to them if he doesn't like it, not you. That is one of the saddest and most messed up things I've read. Please, take care of yourself. Do this for yourself. Start a life without that sad excuse you call a husband. You deserve so much more. Do not give them the contact they desire once they realize you are leaving or pushing them out of your life. They will likely want to. Don't. Get out of there. Update on my situation. I've posted a few times, you can see my post history. I'm eternally grateful for all of your advice and emotional support during the hardest moments of my life. You've kept me strong enough to write you this update. I ended up discharged from the hospital after 24 hours and he still wasn't home. I confided in my family and they booked me a ticket home. They were horrified that this had happened, and a little hurt that I didn't reach out when it was happening for help. I don't know why it didn't occur to me. I packed my things and flew to them. He still hadn't responded to my texts, voicemails, or calls, so I left him a handwritten note. A few days after being with my family, I get a long text from him. He said that he had to stay with his mother for the entire week after I had miscarried in our home, basically because of her, and get this folks, she felt triggered by my miscarriage and needed his emotional support. He argued that she needed him as she and his father are divorced. During this time, he didn't want to bring me up to further cause her distress, so he went no contact with me for a week. He said he thought I was strong enough to wait for him. He thinks I've overreacted by flying home. He wants me to come home. I took your advice, folks. I prepared for his shitty excuse and didn't let him manipulate me. I called and told him that when his mother had miscarried after he was born, she had her own husband to comfort her. While my husband left me alone and ignored me for a whole week. I told him everything you guys mentioned. It was medical neglect during a crisis, child abandonment of his own kids, my stepkids, who were supposed to be under his care, and abandonment. I could have died and was very weak when I had checked into the hospital. I was even weak when I left. I told him I needed space to heal. I was finally getting emotional support from my family and am in a safe place. I'm not ready to see him. He said that he is her only son, he had to help her. I reminded him that he was my only husband and I needed him. The miscarriage was happening to me, not her. He asked me if we were still good. Absolutely not. I was blunt and told him I didn't see our relationship repairing after what he did. His actions will haunt me for years. I cry myself to sleep every night. I miss my baby and marriage, both of them died the same day. I haven't filed, but I plan on filing for divorce when I'm ready for it. He is upset. He cried and told me I was being overly emotional because of the loss. That I wasn't in my right mind and said he'd fly out to see me and bring me home. I put my parents on the phone and let them chew him out. I don't know what they said, but he hasn't called since. He's texted a few times, but I haven't responded. I know it isn't a happy update, but I wanted everyone to know that I'm safe now. Mil can keep her son. She hasn't contacted me at all since this all happened, and it's been a blessing. I've heard from mutual friends that she is blasting me to everyone over social media, but I'm going to stay out of it for my own peace of mind. Thank you so much for caring about me and taking the time to reply and send messages with support. I've just read your previous posts, and although it is not my place to say, I'm going to say this anyway. I am so proud of you and I hope that you are proud of yourself. You have just done the hardest thing you'll ever have to do and given yourself a bright, happy future full of love and support, which is exactly what you deserve. Keep doing what you're doing, put yourself first, let your family care for you, ignore your soon-to-be ex-husband who quite frankly is a sad excuse for a human who will never be happy, and get the help you need to build yourself up. You are brave, you are strong, you are loved, and you will have an incredible life because of the courage you have shown. I wish you the best of luck. Sorry, but what a POS. He is gaslighting you. Everything is your fault. You not being strong enough to wait for him. He has shown you who he is, believe him. You will never come first, he's already married to his mother. Please let your family help you and take time to heal. Try and pamper and look after yourself. I've been thinking of you since I read of your miscarriage. I'm sorry for your loss. Well done for being strong enough to leave. Life will get better. Going no contact with you without warning because mommy was triggered is one of the most pathetic excuses I've ever encountered. I thought you'd be strong enough to cope alone is a total cop-out. It's like he thought you needing urgent medical attention was a weakness. I don't believe he gave you a second thought. He didn't even text. I'm glad you've seen him for the pathetic little man that he is. I'm only sorry it came at the very high cost of your baby and medical neglect. Sincere best wishes for your future. You deserve so much better in life. Thank goodness your family are supportive. Oh sweetheart, my heart both broke for you while simultaneously swelling with pride for you. You did amazing standing up for yourself, and I'm so glad you are home with your family and safe XX. He and his B of a mother on the other hand are POS, karma will come for them. He will wake up one day and realize he has nothing and it's all his own doing. I am so relieved you are safe and surrounded by people who will love and care for you. You are so brave for leaving that toxic environment. As a mother, I can't imagine raising my child to attend to me before anything in their own life. If my child left their partner to manage my feelings while their partner was miscarrying, I would be so ashamed of the pile of shit I raised. I just cannot put myself in MIL's shoes. I try but I can't. As for you, I am proud of you for recognizing, through your own pain, what you had to do. You did everything right. That man is so very delusional, I almost kind of feel bad for him. Almost. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.